DJ with another one.
Alright, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Kaee, and today we're gonna be getting into some Untamable. Now this should be the very last variation guide that I have for you guys on how I use the variation. So before we get into it, can y'all do me a favor, drop a like on this video? Let's shoot for like 60 likes on this video, and I'll keep coming with these tutorials. We still got a couple more to go, and yeah, let's jump straight into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to get into in this variation is okay, so I just want to talk about this variation a little bit. So when this variation first dropped, basically what NRS was going for was a counter zoning thing. So they gave her a reflection, and then they gave her a teleport. So this variation was supposed to be all about like taking care of people like Cetrion and stuff, like Cetrion and Scarlet and stuff like that. But really how I use this variation, and how I got a lot of other people to use this variation instead, was using it for more of a rush down type thing. And you can control a neutral in this variation too, because back 2 gets a full string and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get into all that madness right now. Okay, so the first thing I want to get into is Vanishing Winds, which is this move. So everybody should already know about this move. Now this move is both safe on block, and actually it's safe on hit, and it jails on hit. So first of all, I'm gonna show you how what to do on block. So on block it should be -4. I didn't mean it. Down 3. Okay, yeah, it's -4 on block. So when I go for this, and like let's say I do this and somebody blocks this from this range, I would probably go for a down 4, or I would just like backdash and go for a back 2 full string or something like that. Or I can just respect what they're gonna do. If I know they can punish me well for doing this, if I press a button after, then I would just respect what they got to do. That way I'll just wait and then just probably retake my turn somewhere else, instead of just trying to mash out of that or backdash out of it, because there's a lot of characters that can punish you for backdashing, like Johnny Cage is forward 3 or Noob's forward 2. Like you can definitely punish this on block. It's -4 on block, so it's safe. So I would recommend just respecting or just going for a down 4, but anything else is a little bit more risky. Alright, so the next thing I want to get into is her teleport, which is the EX down back 3, or the EX Vanishing Winds. So this is -3 on block, and usually what I would do after something like this, I would backdash and go for back 2, or I would go for another down 4. That's what I would do. Now one thing about this teleport is that it can be easily punished. So I'm gonna show y'all right now. Let me do this. So I'm gonna switch over, and I'm gonna have her do something. So it can easily be punished. See, it can be easily punished. So it's kind of risky going for something like that. It can be short hop too, and neutral jump. That's how you get a better punish, if you neutral jump it. So it's kind of risky going for something like that. So that's I usually don't go for it unless like it's on hit or on block, I should say. So I would do like this. That's the only time I would really do it, because people really wouldn't expect it. I can finish the string, I can daily butterfly, I can do this, I can do a lot of stuff. So a lot of people won't really expect this unless they got real good reaction time. So this is the only time I would go for this, is on hit. And actually what I'm starting to do now is, let's say I'm in a corner situation and I'm getting pressured in the corner. Usually I would go for maybe down 3 into it, teleport, put them in a corner. Now that I look at it, this variation is pretty straightforward on how I use it. So okay, so the next thing is we're gonna get into this, which is a reflection. Now one thing about this is, obviously, yeah, it can reflect, but it can also, you can also EX it to reflect multiple things or multiple times. You can do it on hit and on block. It's actually +1 on block, so you're safe if you do that. And on hit, you can get a pretty decent combo. I don't think you can really do anything mid-screen with it though. unless you go for that. Yeah, that's about it. Let me see what it is. YouTube. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit more damage. I think that's a little bit more damage. Yeah, it's a little bit more damage. But yeah, you can get a pretty reliable combo off of it. Pretty decent damage, maybe around like 25 to 30%. Not including the fatal blow, because with fatal blow it does a lot of damage. Okay, so now I want to see if I can do a pretty decent combo with it. I can do this. There we go. Should be like 36%. Yeah, 36%. You do one of them. Go for that. Okay, that's not bad either. So the best way you can land this for a combo is basically if you do it after something like this on block. If you do it like this. Hold up, let me put it on block. This is the only time I would do it, because when you do this, it looks like an input error to everybody. So I would go like that, and usually it'll catch them, and if it doesn't, it's +1 on block, so you're safe no matter what, and it's still your turn. Okay, so moving on to the next thing is we pretty much gonna get into her new normals now. So she gets a full back 2 string. She gets a 3-2-2-2. She gets 3-2-2-2 down 1, and she gets 4-3-2. Oh, and she also gets a double sweep. So first of all, this string here, there's many things about this string. So first of all, this string is super unsafe. So you can punish this string anywhere. Right there. You can punish it on the second hit. You can punish it anywhere in this variation, or you can just jump out of it. So not in the variation, but I meant the string. So another thing about that is that even though you can punish it everywhere, for you can cancel it anywhere. So you can go for a back 2 alone. You can go for back 2 off the first hit, boom. You can go for back 2 off the second hit, boom, just anything. So that's why doing that move is kind of 50-50 for you and 50-50 for them. They can punish you and you can punish them. So another thing about this move is that it's a good 50-50 tool. So it ends in an overhead, and you have a low in this variation, so on the very last hit it's a 50-50. You can go for the overhead or you can go for the low. Now whichever one you do, they're both safe. So the overhead is -2 on block, so you can mash after that. So let's say you do like this, they guess right, boom, mash. It's nothing wrong with that at all. You can take your turn back easily by just down 1 and then just go into back 3-4-3. That's usually what I do. Or like from before, you can go for down back 3, go for a down 4, or down back 3, backdash, boom, into another one. Alright, so now about this down back 3 jailing on hit. So when you land down back 3, it got some pretty decent pushback for them. So usually what people do in that situation is probably try to backdash or try to jump or try to do anything. They can try to mash, they can try to do anything, but it jails on hit. So once you land this, you can catch somebody pressing buttons and punish them for it. So the way I can show you that right now is I'm gonna switch sides and I'm gonna make Jade do that to me. Now watch on the right, which is me pressing buttons. See, I can't really do anything. So I'm just try to hold jump. See, I can't jump. Do it again. I can't duck. I can't do anything. Down back 3 on hit is mostly where her mix comes from in this variation, because like I said, if they press buttons, you can punish them for it because it jails on hit and they can't really do anything. So let me show you an example right now. I'm just show you my mix. Usually what I would do. All right, let's just say you only land a down back 3 by itself. So I do back 3 4-3 on block, and the only thing that lands is down back 3. So from that range, you would knock them into neutral range. So what I will either go for in this variation is either I would do a slight dash up into 3-2-2-2. When you do 3-2-2-2, you can keep the pressure going. Or you can just go into back 2 if they try to press, and then just go into nitro kick. Because, you know, it's obvious because you too far to land the overhead. So I would just go for the back 2-2. Not the back 2-2. The back 2-1-2-4. Into the nitro kick. That's usually what I would do. But mostly I go for 3-2-2-2 to keep my pressure going. Okay, so now to the final few things. Now the last few things that we have left is that string there. We have a little bit more about that string, and you can actually finish that string with down 1, and then you have a sweep. So about this move here, this move is pretty decent at range because the final hit catches people off guard. You can hit them from pretty far with it. So just like right here, from right here you can hit them. That's really good range. Let's see, not that far. Maybe if they move it, you can probably catch them with that. But another thing about that is recently I discovered that it is -7 on hit. I mean, not on hit, but on block. So you are still safe if you do this. Don't feel like you can get punished. Don't mash after that either. They got pretty decent pushback, and it's -7. So with that pushback, I'll probably say it's around, well, you might be able to mash after that, but I would probably say it's roughly around a good maybe like -5, -4 maybe, just because of the pushback. So you can backdash if they want to dash in and try to punish you for it. Backdash and go for a back 2. Backdash, go for a back 3. Go for anything like that, because this is safe on block. Now on to the next thing, which is 3-2-2. So 3-2-2 is -5 on block. You can end that. You can hit confirm it too, or you can just do it by itself, but you're still safe. But what I don't recommend doing is finishing the string. It's really not worth it. It's really not worth being -10, because unfortunately you're giving up your turn, and there's a lot of characters that can punish that move. So I would rather you do either this, because it's -4 and you're still safe. Go for this, or go for just that move by itself and then go for like a backdash, or just respect what they got to do. But mostly I would recommend is going down back 3. That's usually what I do if I notice that they block this. But I don't want to finish this. I don't want to finish this string because it's -10 and you're just completely giving yourself up at that point. Alright, so and last but not least, the last thing I want to get into is the sweep in this variation. So in this variation you get a double sweep, more range, -8 on block, and if you do it from a range it's like -7, -6. Yeah, -7. This is super safe after that. So the best times I would go for that is when you're in a sticky situation too, up close like that. I would go for the sweep. So after back 3 4 3, I'll backdash, go for the sweep. You can finish this string too, back 3 4 3 4. Even though you're +5, you can still go for that sweep, and that last hit can actually catch a lot of people off guard like that. Or even after down back 3, backdash, go for that sweep, because they're gonna try to punish you, try to do anything, try to punish you, and usually the last hit of that sweep would catch them. As I was saying before, I mean, this variation is pretty straightforward. There's not really much to tell about this variation. Yeah, I pretty much gave you my tech already, so there's not really much else to talk about with this variation. It's pretty straightforward with the pressure, pretty straightforward with the mix-ups. Everything you do is pretty much safe, on block, at least on block. Then, you know, you can actually jump out of a lot of stuff in this variation. So but I actually showed you how to close all the gaps. Maybe you can do a deadly butterfly or a nitro kick or something. But yeah, that's just about it. I hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, remember, drop a like on this video. Let's shoot for like 60 likes on this video, and I got a couple more Jade tutorials coming out for y'all. And yeah, I hope this helped y'all. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.